The anime My Hero Academia had a lot of hype surrounding it before its debut. The show seemed to come at a convenient time when One Punch Man was still fresh in everyone's minds and people were wanting more. But instead of being a parody of superheroes, My Hero Academia was a promising superhero shonen. The premise was interesting enough for me to be highly anticipating the show, but my expectations were blown out of the water by the first 3 episodes. They surpassed being just an introduction to a kick-ass battle shonen, as they were very inspirational and were a complete character arc for the main character while hooking me in for the rest of the series. The viewer is immediately thrown into the personal conflict of Izuku Midoriya, also known as Deku, who always admired the #1 hero in the world and dreamed of becoming a selfless hero. Taking place in a world where 80% of the population has been born with genetic quirks, Deku learned he was one of the few who would not develop a quirk. His aspirations of becoming a hero came crashing down, but he never let them go. Despite being told by his teachers, bullies, and his own mother that he could never become a hero, he continued to dream. In the first episode, Deku was saved by his hero All Might. As he was asking him if he could become a hero without a quirk, All Might's power became exhausted. He revealed to Deku the true burden heroes carry. Even the professional heroes constantly risk their lives. All Might is a living example of this because of a crippling wound he received from a villain. The wound only lets him be a hero for a maximum of 3 hours each day. Confronted with this reality, Deku almost has to accept that he will never be a hero. It is easy to feel sympathetic for Deku after his hope of becoming a hero is crushed, but it's a bit hard to relate to Deku in the first place when his ambitions are so straightforward. It was only recently that I cycled this for myself. Before I was always anxious about my future and I felt pressured to come to a conclusion of what I wanted to do. It was only when I started making decisions for myself that I realized I could set my own goals and accomplish what I deemed valuable. I've been letting other people's expectations determine who I wanted to be, rather than just wanting to be myself. Deku continued to strive toward being a hero, even after constantly being told it was impossible for him. After Deku's encounter with All Might, a villain interrupts the scene and takes hostage a victim. Reaching the scene, Deku recognizes the hostage as his friend Katsuki, but even while confronted with his own limitations, courage surges through him and he rushes selflessly at the villain. After witnessing such bravery, All Might finds new power restored within himself and once again saves Deku from being killed. After being scolded by other heroes for being reckless, Deku again feels the overbearing hopelessness of becoming a hero. Deku, however, just proved his potential. Impressed, All Might follows him on the way home and offers him the opportunity to be his successor. All Might's quirk, One for All, is described as a torch of which his power is refined as it is passed. The 3rd episode covers Deku's training to receive One for All and to become accepted into UA High. Although he was deemed worthy by All Might, his body wasn't yet a capable vessel of containing the power. All Might gives Deku the task of cleaning a junkyard on the beach, along with a rigorous schedule to accomplish it within 10 months. Deku put all his effort into following it, and he even makes the mistake of working harder than the schedule demanded and pushing himself beyond his limits. At the end of his training, we get the incredible scene of him standing over the clean beach, screaming at the top of his lungs. He wasn't just gifted One for All, he earned it through his own efforts. Many dreams might seem impossible because the destination seems out of reach, but even the best such as All Might start somewhere. Deku takes the first step towards becoming a hero by taking notes on heroes. By studying his role models, he becomes able to use other heroes' moves, but in the process, he also makes them his own. He learns from the accomplishment of other heroes and attempt to carve his own path. I shifted gear toward making videos like this with the ultimate goal of becoming self-sufficient by producing content. I realize this goal is ambitious and will likely fail without extraordinary effort from myself. I still want to give it my best shot though, and making videos is satisfying in and of itself, even if my original goal isn't met. I consider the journey toward a dream just as important as the destination. Prior to wanting to make content, I was attempting to become a professional gamer playing the game Dota 2. I determined I want to be on a level to compete with others in a reasonable amount of time. Even though I never realized the destination I had to achieve when I set out, I don't regret my attempt as I made a lot of friends, learned a lot about myself, and overall had a fun experience pouring all my effort into one game. If I tried to become a professional at a game like Hearthstone and failed, I would not have deemed the journey valuable because I don't enjoy the game as much, and long sessions of it become strenuous for me. Even with full effort, it is not guaranteed a dream will come true. There are plenty of alternatives though, and the journey toward a dream can be just as satisfying. In the last episode, we briefly meet a detective working for the police force. Although he doesn't do much, he seems like a pretty cool guy and he plays a necessary role in keeping people safe. Before Deku proved his potential, All Might suggested they could be a police officer instead of a hero. Deku working for the police wouldn't be quite as interesting for an action show, but in this hypothetical scenario, I assume Deku would have been just as satisfied helping people in any way possible. The first season of My Hero Academia is extraordinary, but I have to wonder where the manga is heading in the second season. The emotional way of the first few episodes carries the rest of the season, but once Deku receives his quirk, it starts to follow the standard formula. I consider it the best of its shonen ilk, and I won't ever get tired of watching the stunning fights, but I'm not sure any fights will be able to top the first few episodes. It is a shonen jump series, and the large cast of characters suggests an extensively enjoyable ride, but I hope as the manga continues, it does not forget its beginnings. Thanks for watching, I'm Calliope, and I hope you stick with me as I make more videos. As this was my first video, I already see a lot of room for improvement, but I just wanted to get this video done and start working on the next one. Let me know in the comments about your thoughts on My Hero Academia or of this video.